Charlie guys, we are back. Welcome to another episode here on the Locker Room Vibes. This is Inside FPL. Here we they give you tips on everything FPL. We they give you post match analysis, pre match analysis of every game week. We will give you tips on how to be a top notch manager. We will show you the way so say Charlie. You also go survive. It's very entertaining. It's going to be long. It's going to be interesting. So stay glued, Charlie. Why don't you subscribe, hit the like button, and give a comment or two. Let's know you're also following. Tell us how well you did this game week, and let's get into it. All right. So game week 1 is done. It's ended with Leeds narrowly beaten Everton. It was a narrow win, as I predicted. I predicted either a goal or a narrow win over Everton, and Leeds won by 1 goal to 0. Charlie, very interesting there. So let's get into some stats for the game week 1. Just giving you some stats. Just going to do some overview so far of game week 1. And so far, there's a league that I'm in, or a league that I joined here. So I'm based in Ghana. There's the City FM Fantasy League. Very, 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 very engaging league, Charlie. Get a code, join them. Very, very, very engaging league. Very competitive as well. We'll be starting ours soon. So Charlie, anticipate. Subscribe, like, and let's get into it. Alright, so here I said I'll scroll down, I'll go down. So say we go free capture 1 or 2 minute moments here and there. So these are some of the managers with very low points, Charlie. Not to worry. Even though the points are low, I'm sure it's below the average. The average was 54, 57. Even though it's below the average, there's still hope because we have 37 long weeks more. We have a very long timeline, Charlie, ahead of us. 37 more, 37 more game weeks, 37 game weeks more. So Charlie, make you no worry. Even though you started badly, you can still rise up quickly because there are going to be weeks certainly that Charlie boys no go force. That is when you have to capitalize, and each week you should strive to always be above the average. That is the only way you can also get get to be a top notch manager. So Charlie, we go go through a few, make we see. So let's start with this. No chips. So in the subsequent videos, you realize that the highest now is 127. We saw people going for bench boosts. We saw people going for triple captain and a whole lot. The question was, will they be able to maintain their pace? We'll get to that in subsequent videos. We'll analyze a few. Let's give it a few weeks to see who comes up on top when now things are settling and the pace is going normally. Let's see who would rise, who would drop. And as I said, it's a very 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 long season. We have 37 game weeks more to go. So Charlie, so 46 points here, and the average is 54. So he's way below the average, which is something else because going through the list, you could realize that there were times that we had about 20 people even paired at 1 point. So the question is, how are you going to beat them? No problem. It's just about changing the tactics, and would go through, just walk through. Then 1 or 2 things would be given to you. Give you a few tips, as I said. This is inside FPL on the locker room vibes. So basically, go through the team. He had 1 or 2 good players, but all in all, the selection wasn't the best for him. So things didn't go his way. It's not that the selection was bad, but it's just one of those things, Charlie. You know, if you predict the selection 100%, sometimes it just goes against you. So this is what we have here. So you could see the selection wasn't too bad, but it just didn't go his way. So it's nothing nothing too serious, nothing too serious. So we are still going through. We'll go through a couple more to see. All right. So Charlie, just go through. Just have a look at how well people down there we're doing. It's just one of those things. It's normal. Just don't be afraid. We'll get you up there. So you can go through. You can see they had a few players here and there, a few good players here and there. It's just one of those things. You just go through. You realize they had a few good players here and there. He had Mateta. Wow, he had Salah. Charlie, some good selection. If Chelsea had a good game week, we having Palmer scoring a goal and even an assist, it would have been something else. Mateta even, oh Charlie, it would have been something else for him. Let's see, one or two more to go, then we are done. So not too bad, not too bad. Let's go. Let's the last one, then we get into it. So you can see there were some few good selections here and there. And what how different was this from the overall? So from the overall you had, he was stopping, so you can see his team, Charlie, serious. Could see that at least it worked for him. Not that his selections were way better, but it just worked for him because you can see some constants here and there. You can see some constants here and there. So Charlie, it just worked for him. It's just one of those things. It just worked for him. Uh, wow, Charlie. This guy, this guy go penal. Wow. He had Gabriel on the bench. He had Semenyo on the bench. He had Pope on the bench. That is over 20 points or 30 points lost. Oh, Charlie. If he had Gabriel for Wan Bissaka, that would have been a hit for him. He had Semenyo for either Palmer or Nana, another different one, or even Baldwin. It would have been a different one, Charlie. I dey feel your pain, bro. I dey feel your pain by one of those things. Another one here, Semenyo on the bench. Charlie, I dey feel your pain. I dey feel your pain. Some good selections there, but Charlie, I dey feel your pain. I dey feel your pain. This was one of the things I was emphasizing on. You should always. It's very difficult getting your selection right. Who stays on the bench? Who starts? Getting your captaincy right, Charlie. Very important. Very important. Very important. Hey, Charlison on the bench, Semenyo on the bench. Charlie. Oh, points lost, points lost. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So that's for that. That's for that. And we have the overall. So 127, you could see most of them use chips. That is 127 being the highest, Charlie. He used a lot, so triple captain. That was bench boost. So that is what helped him. And you can see. So all in all, the team selection wasn't bad. It's like giving him decent enough points without even the bench boost. But I guess he just had to go for that to give him the boost early on. So let's see how that two goes for him. Let's see how that goes for him as well. So Charlie, let's get into it. So as I said earlier on, I'm ending with the final point so far in game week one with 83. And as I said, I'm not too impressed but I'm motivated because once it starts, well, you have good grounds to continue. The aim is to just be consistent, keep on. That is the aim. That is the aim. So let's go through the stats. Let's go through the stats. The players in form, Charlie. As of now, I feel don't be too because I've gotten messages from boys, Charlie, the WhatsApp group boys. We see your messages. I had messages from them, from one or two guys, um, asking for suggestions on who to bring in, who to take out, and I feel it's a little premature now. It's a little premature now. Just give it a few days. Just always be very targeted or very relaxed when it comes to selection because the earlier selection sometimes it goes wayward. You could get things just going against you, so you'd always have to relax on your selections. I think the deadline for the game week two it ends on Friday 22nd August at 17:30 GMT. So that is a long way from now. That's a long way. You have a few more days to make some analysis, see what the coaches are saying. You could even wait. You could even some guys wait for the pre-match pre-match how do they call it, match conference, or I'm not too sure of the wait for that, where they have the pre-match something for the coaches. They come give their analysis of the 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 teams and of their teams and what to expect. So you can wait for that. Some people wait for that to get things going. You can also wait for that. It's sometimes it's early, so it's not too late for you. If you get that early, you should be okay. But game week one, focusing on this is not going to be so much of help, because it's going to change drastically as the weeks go by. But I can tell you for a fact that some people are going to be consistent here. You should be expecting Haaland to be consistent here. Wood last season was quite consistent here. You should expect Raya to be consistent here. For this Etikiti, I'm not too sure for him now. Let's see how the weeks go for him. You should expect more from Saliba as well. And more players down there, Charlie, then go rise. More players. Salah, you expect Salah to rise. You expect more points from Salah. You expect one or two good points or performances from Gapo. You should expect one or two from Gabriel Rice. The Gabriel, you should be expecting some clean sheets here and there. So let's see how all of that goes. And for my Chelsea boys, shall I make you relax? We will calm the form. Crystal Palace was just a tricky match. We had some good chances here and there, but for the Chelsea boys, make them just relax. There were some good performances here and there, and I expect Chelsea to pick up and deliver the points that they failed to give you. So if you watch, you had some people selecting three Chelsea players, and as I said earlier on, always be strategic when it comes to selection, because you can't have um, a good chunk, or a chunk of your players coming from one team. Sometimes it's just not the right choice. So you should always have variety. So in case the team flops, you are good to go. So in case, as with an example being this Chelsea team that flopped this weekend, if you had James, you had Cancelo, you had Enzo, you had Palmer, you can only take three, but just any three of these players, you would be expecting very very little points. So that's why I always suggest that you'd have variety. So if you had probably, I had Cucurella, so at least I had a clean sheet, which wasn't bad, So I just had to pair him with someone else, and I was able to continue from there. So as I said, you just need to always vary it. You just need to always vary your selection, and you should be good to go. Don't engage in this FPL with um, the heart of I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm a City fan, I'm a Spurs fan, I'm from Ghana, so my Ghanaian brothers have to feature. Charlie, you do am so you they go down straight, because there are some weeks where you'd see clearly that this week Kudus is not going to perform. This week Semenyo is not going to perform. This week this player might not perform. So why go for him? You would have to be bold to make the right selections just to get there. You have to be bold to make the right selection. That is what it's about. That is what it's about. Player price is very important. You can't have overpriced players not giving you points, Charlie. It be waste just for goal. You have to be very strategic when it comes to even the overall selection, because your bench is very important. At the end of the day, if your bench not deliver the goods give you a Charlie, it's something else. If your bench no deliver give you way, your player heads for starting lineup, wait them for sub. Let me say, Charlie, you go back with that. If I don't know whether I could get that, but we had one or two players where you'd realize someone's bench all had 0-0-0, because he didn't really analyze. He just went for the players that he felt were going to play, the players that he felt were going to deliver. No, it's not what you feel, it's about the facts on the ground. So you'd always have to be very, very strategic when it comes to selection. You would have to be very strategic when it comes to selection. Sometimes you need the press conferences, you need to hear from the coaches what they have planned for the game week. That is if it comes before the deadline. So you could what I suggest to most boys is, Charlie, we have EPL, the official app has made it very, very, very easy. In the next video I'm going to show you how to synchronize. I'll try and get that down for you, show you how you can get that done. So I'll go through that with you. Just synchronize the EPL calendar with your calendar, and once that is done, you'd always get notifications prior to matches. So that one would help you even with the deadlines. You'd get notifications, and it's going to go a long way to help you. So Charlie, make you no stress so much. You get 46 points, so you know say that be or no, relax. Somebody get 127, no they mean say that be all. We have 37 more weeks more, 37 game weeks more to go. You can easily make up for the point. Just be ready to go through the analysis with us. Just know who you are taking. Just go through. We are going to show you who to go for, what to go for, and you should be okay. Fixture rating, you should be able to analyze clearly. Analyze very clearly who you need, who you don't need. So here, let's take this Arsenal for one. Next week are facing Leeds. Very good match. The Arsenal managers with Arsenal players are going to enjoy. You have Saka, you have Rice, you have Saliba, you have Gabriel Charlie. You would be enjoying so much. Then the next game, week 3, you have Liverpool. Very tough match. It could go both ways. It could go any. It could be something else. So now you also have to consider that you're going to make substitutions now. The next game by game week 3, you're substituting. What does your team look like now in against game week 3? Then game week 4, Nottingham Forest, a little bit tricky, but I think they can get through it. Game week 5 against City, very tricky, very tricky. Even though they are playing home, it's still very tricky. Against Newcastle now, Newcastle are still finding their ground, so let's give it 2 more weeks to see where Newcastle stands. Then from there, Charlie, free they go, free they go. So I suggest maybe you could have 1 or 2 Arsenal players for game week 2. Then game week 3, you could take one out, replace with someone else, so you could get maximum points. Maintain a defender or two or midfielder to increase your chances. So should in case a goalless draw comes, you are good to go. Should in case you're able to score from a set piece and you're lucky, it's a defender assist from midfield or winger, you are still good to go. So after the game week 5, then we could continue from there, because I'm not sure City are going to slack at all. So Charlie, these are some of the things we should be looking at. We have a lot. City have a very good run of fixtures coming in. Until I think somewhere game week 5 where they face Arsenal away. So even with that, Charlie, Tottenham last season it was here and there, but let's see how it goes, because now the team is different, and I feel they are going to defend. They are going to sit back and hope City press them. So that match would be a little bit dicey, but Charlie, we'll see how that too goes. We'll give you analysis on that as the days go by. So just let's get into it. Then we move on from